Hey everyone! Throughout December, instead of the silly slot, the trainees have decided to give you a challenge each week that you can complete at home and share with others, spreading the Christmas love all around. We will have a different special guest each week showing us how to complete these challenges, and then it's up to you to give it a go throughout the week. This week, we challenge you to make a Christmas card to send to someone else or to more than one person if you'd like. We have Angela here to show you an amazing way of how to make your own Christmas card. It's so cool. I can't wait to give it a go. And feel free to show us a photo of your amazing creations when you're finished. I'm sure it'll look great. Over to you, Angela.
Hello boys and girls. Colin has asked me to make you a wee video on how to make cards for today. So, all you need for this card is a sheet of A4 paper and your colouring in things, and maybe some glue and extra bits if you have them, but they're not necessary. So first of all you need to do is fold your card. Now this is very important, from corner to corner, so take your time getting it right. Mine was a wee bit squint there, so I need to work hard. That's it. Walk your fingers along and then go along the crease again to make sure it's extra good. Then once you've done that, fold the paper again making sure your creases are in the right places, your corners are in the right places, everything is looking good there. I'll walk my fingers back and fold it and fold along that crease again. Okay, so now my card stands up. So far it looks like a card, yeah? But I want to make it extra special. So I open it up and then I fold in again. This is why it's important to make sure your creases are all in the right place. Walk back your fingers, fold, and then do the same on the other side. Like that. And here we go. So far so good, but it doesn't look that great, does it? So I'm going to put it down, and then this is where the magic happens. Stick my finger in here and walk along that crease all the way to the top, and then I push the paper down and match the creases and the folds up together and fold down, and then I do the same on the other side. Put my finger into the top, fold it down, making sure they match up, and fold down hard. And there you go, you now have a little house. So, you can colour it in all sorts of ways. For any other time of the year, you can make it a beautiful garden, or you can make it a fairy castle, or your own favourite house, or if you move house, you can paint your house, or whatever you like. A dragon's den, all sorts of things. But for Christmas time, I've made it in a different way. So I've got here my wee Christmas house, and as you can see, I've not finished it because I don't want you just to copy these ideas, I want you to use your own. So I've got my tiles along, and I drew all of these in pencil at first so that if I make a mistake I can rub it out and then make it right, and then go over it with my felt pens. And I've got my wee windows, and I drew my tiles and then I drew my windows and then I rubbed it out so I couldn't see it. And I've got my front door with my wreath. My front door of my house is blue, so I've got a blue one. And to do the wreath, you just swirl round with a pen and then dot your red on and make your bow. And then inside, I've done my Christmas tree. And so, because I'm not very good at drawing stars, I am going to glue a pom-pom on there to make my star. And to make my Christmas tree, I drew my zigzaggy lines out, and I put them down the middle crease so that I make sure that they're equal as I can on each side. And these little bits are just little V's or ticks like the teachers do in your jotters. And then it should stand up. And there I have my little card, and you can write your messages in here or anywhere you like really, even on the back. And to put it in an envelope, it's really simple. You just fold it in half and it's like that. So there's one design that I've made for you to think about. And the other one, because it's Christmas, thought I would make a nativity scene with a palm tree and my stable. And when I open it up, I've got Mary and Joseph and the baby Jesus. And you can make your design much more interesting, and you can do all colouring in the nighttime sky. You can add your shepherds and the wise men and the donkey and all the animals and all sorts of different things like that to make your story complete. And then again, you just fold it over to put it in your envelope. So these are the cards. I hope you enjoy making them and let me know how you do. Thanks, bye!
Good morning. How excited are you getting about Christmas? The countdown has begun. Advent calendars started being opened this week. Rudy and Finley have 2 advent calendars each, and they haven't shared any of their chocolates yet. I've also been hearing from other boys and girls about their pets' advent calendars. I've never heard of such a thing before. Advent calendars are great because they help us to see how many days we have to wait until Christmas is here. How excited do you think people were that first Christmas? People weren't waiting to open presents that first Christmas. They were waiting on God sending a king, someone to rescue them. They didn't have advent calendars either to count down to when God was going to do this, but they did know that God had promised that he would send a Messiah. They knew this because God gave messages to prophets. A prophet is someone who has a special message from God. God would tell the prophets things and the prophet would tell the people. Some prophets also wrote down God's messages, and these are part of the Bible. Here is one of these prophets. This is Isaiah. What do you think he was sent to tell these people? Isaiah lived hundreds of years before Jesus was born. God told Isaiah that he would send a special child. Isaiah told everyone, "For a child will be born for us, a son will be given to us. He will be named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace." So even though Isaiah lived hundreds of years before Jesus came to earth, God helped him tell people about Jesus coming. Another prophet was called Micah. He said that one would come from Bethlehem to be ruler over Israel for God. He said this way before Jesus was born too. By the time we get to the New Testament, lots of people were looking forward to the coming of the Messiah. The people would talk about it and the religious leaders would teach about it. Here is a picture of a teacher talking to some other men about Micah's prophecy. He's saying, the prophets say Messiah will be born in Bethlehem. This is what people believed and looked forward to. Do you know the name of the town where Jesus was born? If you said Bethlehem, you're right. The very place that hundreds of years before Micah said the Messiah would be born. There are lots more prophecies about the Messiah, the Saviour, that God was going to send in the Old Testament, and Jesus fulfilled, completed every one of them, because he matched all of what these prophecies said. Because he did this, we can be sure that Jesus really was the Messiah, the Son of God. So when you next open your Advent calendar and can see that it's only a few days until Christmas, be thankful that we don't have to wait to know Jesus. We know that he came to earth as a baby and that he came to be our rescuer that God had been promising all along.
Who's